Hello, my name is Daniel Yuck. Thank you for watching today. I appreciate your time. In today's video, I want to share with you how I go about creating really bold tattoo lines. Should you have any questions at any point throughout this video, I'm going to encourage you to drop a comment down below. I will do my absolute best to assist you in the best possible direction. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel and ring my bell, as I will be bringing more videos like this for you all. I do also have social medias under the same name as my YouTube channel. I have Facebook, Instagram, X, and TikTok. I would appreciate the support over there, all under Daniel Yuck. With that being said, let's get right on into this. First things first, when it comes to bold tattoo lines, I prefer a machine that is going to hit a bit harder. So for me personally, I would like to use a machine that has a 4.0 millimeter stroke, 4.2. I think anything above a 4 is where I'm going to want to be. So for this demonstration, I'm going to be using the Easy P3 Pro tattoo machine. It is a multi-stroke tattoo machine, and I'm going to be setting it at 4.2. Reason being is because in that 4 millimeter range, I am going to be getting a harder hit. The 4 millimeter range I feel is good for bold lines, it's good for packing, it's good for saturating larger areas if you're going to be using larger configurations, which I will be demonstrating with in this video. But the overall idea with a 4 millimeter stroke is that it's going to hit a lot harder. I will leave my affiliate links for you in the description below so you can check out the gear that I'm sharing with you in this video. I'm also going to be demonstrating on a piece of a Trueskin torso fake skin, which is sitting right here. It is a large piece of fake skin. I do have some very thick lines going on here. Now that is the gear aspect of what I'm using. I'm going to be using Scotch shop wipes to clean up the fake skin, along with some simple petroleum jelly. Once again, my affiliate links will be for you down below. Once I have my gear aligned, I'm going to go ahead and start getting into the technical aspect of actually applying bold lines. When it comes to the technical side of actually creating bolder lines, there's multiple ways that we can go about it. One way off the top is to use thicker line weights, such as round shaders. 14 round shaders, 18 round shaders, there's even 111 round shaders available that we can use. So that is one definite way that we can go about creating bolder lines. Another way that we can go about creating bold lines is simply sculpting the line, which is outlining it with maybe a 11 round liner and then filling it all in. You get the idea, from wall to wall until we have a complete solid saturated line. That is another way that we can go about creating bold lines. There really is no right or wrong. I feel like it comes down to your technical application and what you feel comfortable with as the artist. Ultimately, the line weights within the design is going to determine how I'm going to go about applying these bolder lines. Let's say if the line can be done with like an 18 round shader in one single pass line, I'm going to go ahead and pick an 18 round shader to apply the line. However, let's say if that line goes beyond that and the line weight is much more larger than an 18 round shader, or larger than any round shader I have access to, well then I'm going to want to sculpt the line. So you get the logic and thought process behind that when I'm picking and choosing the one pass or sculpting methods. For the ink, I'm going to be using dynamic black to apply these bolder lines. I am going to use an assortment for this entire tattoo, which I will go ahead and break down this entire tattoo in another video. I'm just going to do a few lines here to demonstrate the points. I'm going to be probably using this TNT standard 18 round shader. I do have an Inkclaw 111 round shader, and I do also have some other round shaders that I will list along the way, so that way I can let you know the logic and thought process behind multiple ways that we can go about creating bolder lines. I think a good place to begin is with the traditional one pass method. So I'm going to determine where I want to begin on this design and then begin applying that line. I want to get the closest line weight that I have, so that way I can apply these lines in a one pass manner. So to begin, I'm going to be using this standard 18 round shader from TNT. I'm going to bring you to a close-up view so that way I can explain the logic and thought process behind the actual technical application. Here is a top view of the canvas that I'm going to be demonstrating with in this video. So one common method, and probably one of my personal favorites, is the simple one pass method. With this method, we're going to want to make sure that the needle that we are using matches up closely to the line weight that the stencil needs. We want to stay true to each and every stencil's integrity, so picking out the correct line weights for the corresponding stencil is very important. So here I have, again, the standard 18 round shader from TNT. We can see that in these areas right here, it's pretty darn close, if not almost exact. So I'm going to apply one pass lines using this 18 round shader to right here, as it seems like it lines up pretty close. So again, this is the common method, which is one single pass line. Allow me to demonstrate. I'm gonna be running at 7 volts using the standard 18 round shader and the P3 Pro tattoo machine. This is Spirit stencil paper on the Trueskin torso piece of fake skin. So I'm going to demonstrate a one pass line, and I'm going to be at the 4.2 stroke running at 7.5 volts with an Inkclaw 45 round shader. And then I'm going to identify my A and B. Always make sure we have adequate ink flow. Make sure that I'm comfortable. Every step of the way, keeping a nice consistent hand speed with my voltage, and then I would essentially repeat this process until I've completed this area right here. This would be the one pass method. I'm matching up the line weight as close as I can using a needle configuration that is close to this line weight, as you can see right here. Now, this is the most practical approach I feel, as it does call for a more in and out approach as opposed to sculpting, where we're gonna kind of do one side, do the other, and then fill it in. This is, again, my favorite approach, and one of the ways that we can go about creating bolder lines. Just to confirm, we can definitely use round shaders to line. It really just depends on our technical application and technical expertise when we're using round shaders to line. So that right there is the one pass line method, simply doing a one pass line with the correct needle configuration size. The next method is going to be to sculpt a line. Let's say we don't have access to 18 round shaders, we don't have access to larger groupings. We can use 11 round liners, 11 round shaders, whatever we have available to us to still create bold lines, and I'm going to show you exactly how to do that. So here I have a GMK Blue Gem tattoo needle, and I'm going to demonstrate with this. This is an 11 round liner. So obviously an 11 round liner is not nearly as big as this line or any of the surrounding lines at that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to begin to sculpt this. I can start from an area like right here, and then I'm just going to begin applying a line as clean as I can. These edges right here, you really want to get them nice, clean, and consistent to the best of your ability. Like so, and then I'm going to repeat the same process on this side over here. And then from here, you can kind of get the idea. We're just going to start filling everything in. This line actually runs off the design, so I'm just going to begin filling in this area nice, clean, and consistent with the 11 round liner. It is going to be a little bit more time consuming. However, if we take our time with the technical application, we will get clean results. We could even line it out first and then fill it in with the mag should we choose to do so. We can do that as well. It's really going to be whatever you feel more comfortable with as an artist, but this would be the sculpting method, and this is another way that we can go about creating bold lines. So you can see that I'm not going outside of the line. I'm staying true to the line integrity to the best of my ability. And I'm basically establishing the boundary, and then we're going to go in from there and fill everything in. So you can see I'm going to stay within the purple range, and we're not going to add outside up here. We're going to stay within it to keep that line weight integrity. One thing that I want to point out is that I'm running at 7.5 because I'm working on a specific texture of skin. I'm basically adapting to the skin that I'm working on. This isn't by any means the specific settings that you have to run at or anything like that. This is just what I feel comfortable using for this specific tattoo at hand. There is a lot of line work, so I want everything to come out clean and saturated, but you get the idea with this application right here. It literally just involves sculpting the entire way through. Keep in mind that I can use a mag to fill this in. I could even use a mag to line this entire thing. Should I feel that comfortable with the needle that I chose, I can use a round shader. For this demonstration, I just chose to go with a round liner, but I felt like it's important to state that you can really use whatever needle you feel so comfortable using to sculpt these lines. One important tip when it comes to sculpting is you really want to make sure that you get all the way up to the original lines, so that way you don't have patchy look. That way when we're done, the reed can't tell that we were sculpting. It should look like it was just one clean, consistent line. And that's the idea when it comes to sculpting. Just really take your time, make sure that you're saturating the area nice and clean and consistently. That right there are a couple of ways that we can go about creating bolder tattoo lines. It's simply lining up the tattoo stencil integrity line weight to a needle configuration that's appropriate, or simply sculpting out a line until we have one nice, complete, solid, saturated line. I don't really feel like there is a wrong approach, more so what we are comfortable doing with the gear that we have and technical expertise that we possess. I do feel like if we could align all of those fundamentals, and we can get nice, clean, thick lines, and it really doesn't matter the line weight. It can be from thin all the way up to thicker. Same fundamental rules would still apply. Should you have any questions about anything that you heard throughout this video, I encourage you to drop a comment down below. I will do my absolute best to assist you in the best possible direction. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel and ring my bell, as I will be bringing more videos like this for you all. I do also have social medias under the same name as my YouTube channel. I have Facebook, Instagram, X, and TikTok, all under Daniel Yuck. I would appreciate the support over there as well. With that being said, I thank you for your time and I appreciate you tuning in. Have a great day.